So I want to talk about Tyson Fury's comeback fight and look at the context. I think since the fight's happened, I think there's some things that we can learn. So let's give that boxing philosophy perspective by exploring 6 ideas. So the first idea was, what was the point of Tyson Fury versus Wack? Was this really domination? Depends how you look at it. Or was this an exercise to build timing? Was this an opportunity to get another camp? I feel like Tyson Fury might be trying to bank as many camps as possible to improve his endurance. And in a sense, this wasn't about the opposition of Wack. Maybe this was about creating or getting closer to the best version of Tyson Fury, well, the best version possible. Clearly, Tyson Fury's training team, they need time. They need time to implement new training drills. But this is an important distinction. I don't think this is about invention. It's about rediscovery. So it's about trying to rediscover the old Tyson Fury. And many people will say that Tyson Fury's gone far back. But let's say if the optimum Tyson Fury was a 10, and let's say now he's at a 6, it's about trying to get him to a 7, an 8, to a 9, etc. So then the second idea is Wack entered on a losing streak. So this was a calculated mismatch. So again, what does this fight do for Tyson Fury? I think the main thing is that it builds his timing. Timing is essential for Tyson Fury. It's essential in boxing. And like I said previously, it's another camp. And what it also does, it builds his confidence. And confidence is another essential part of boxing. And it also builds on the relationship between him and his current trainer. And all these things are important because this seems to be the process. These tune-up fights are the process to the outcome, which we believe is the Anthony Joshua fight. So then the third idea is that Fury used his post-fight platform not to celebrate, but to attack Anthony Joshua's character, calling out his guts. Now let's objectively be clear here. Both Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury have heart. Let's substantiate the point. Tyson Fury looked like he was knocked out unconscious against Deontay Wilder, but somehow got up in the first fight. That was Rocky Marciano level of courage. Incredible stuff. Also in the third fight with Deontay Wilder, he went down twice, he got back up, and he was victorious. So he's a warrior, no doubt about that. Anthony Joshua, he fought Ruiz, he got knocked down, he kept trying to come back. When Anthony Joshua fought Klitschko, he knocked Klitschko down in round 5. Klitschko knocked him down in round 6. Remember, Klitschko was a former dominant champion. He was, I wouldn't say dominating the fight, but he was starting to take charge of the fight, I believe, in round 10. And then Anthony Joshua rolled the dice. He was brave and he went for it. And in round 11, he got the stoppage. Both Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, they're both tough and they both have heart. And I believe they will both be bringing heart to when they fight. Clearly, Tyson Fury, by saying these things, is building the fight. Tyson Fury, let's not forget, is great at marketing. In the first Klitschko fight, that was sensational marketing. Go back to the Tyson Fury Klitschko build-up, and Tyson Fury really marketed that fight really well. And the Deontay Wilder fights, both Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder played pivotal roles in marketing those events. So Tyson Fury understands that big fights need big marketing. So this is just part of the marketing. Idea number 4. ESPN and outlets immediately frame this as Fury moving a step closer to a Joshua super fight. The win was secondary to the matchmaking story. And I guess we are constantly building the AJ Tyson Fury narrative. And this is a compelling story, a huge story. However, is this fight so big? Does it really need to be built any further? The narrative surely is secure. I mean, these two brands, Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua, these are huge brands. But each tune-up fight creates further suspense, creates further questions. So this is like the build-up before the build-up to when the fight is actually scheduled. And the fifth idea is in the fight, Tyson Fury was clearly elusive, and he's trying to, I believe, maybe redefine his identity. And this was an attempt, I believe, to go back to the Vladimir Klitschko performance. And what I mean by that is more movement and more feints. And this is kind of like the Tyson Fury that fought Deontay Wilder the first time. And you can kind of look at the different Tyson Furies through the Deontay Wilder trilogy. First fight, that's the Tyson Fury that's moving a lot, lots of foot movement, lots of head movement, lots of feints, and he's banking the rounds. In the second Deontay Wilder fight, Tyson Fury was taking a dominant position. He's using his jab to set up the backhand, and he's fighting in the pocket. This was a very dominant Tyson Fury. And then the third one was like a combination of both a little bit. He didn't take as much of a dominant position at the beginning of the fight, but as the fight went to the middle and to the end, he reasserted his dominance and he kind of dictated from the pocket. But it looks like Tyson Fury is trying to go back to the Tyson Fury that fought Klitschko and the one that fought Deontay Wilder the first time. We're getting the feints, we're getting the movement. So is Tyson Fury trying to recreate that identity? Now, Peter Fury, who was in the corner for the Vladimir Klitschko performance, he would be a great asset for Tyson Fury, but I don't believe that he's involved in the camp, which is a shame because, like I said, he would be a great asset. And then the sixth idea is, how much has Tyson Fury got left? The punch resistance is my question. I look at Tyson Fury and I think to myself, can he still take the punches? And let's try and validate why we might ask these questions. How much did the Deontay Wilder trilogy take out of Tyson Fury? How much did the Usyk fights take out of Tyson Fury? So the first Deontay Wilder fight, he took that concussive punch that nearly knocked him out unconscious. And of course, even though I felt he won that fight, he still took some big punches from arguably one of the biggest punches of all time. And then in the third fight, he went down twice. So he sustained a lot of punishment in that trilogy. Then you had the Usyk fight. Now, the second fight was competitive, but it was less brutal than the first fight. The first fight, particularly in round 9, was absolutely brutal for Tyson Fury. He was nearly stopped in round 9. So how much did that take out of him? And then you've got not only hard fights, you've got the mental health and the bad habits that he had. And that can destroy any fighter. So can today's Tyson Fury handle AJ's explosiveness? Because Wack, he tried. I believe he tried to win the fight, but he won't be able to replicate AJ's explosiveness. And even though AJ has shown some punch vulnerabilities himself, he still has that explosiveness. And that's a really interesting question. Will Tyson Fury be able to handle that? Playing devil's advocate, will AJ be able to handle the effective fighting in the pocket? So to me, a lot of people are looking at this fight like Tyson Fury is the favorite, but the way I look at it is that both these fighters have shown significant vulnerabilities. Okay, so let's round this up with 5 questions. So was Fury Wack genuine domination or simply an exercise in rebuilding timing and confidence? So I believe that it was domination in one sense, that I think Tyson Fury won every round. But the important part of this fight was rebuilding the timing, getting that rhythm, remastering the feints, for want of a better word, and constantly build on that confidence. And I think that was the essential part of that fight. Question number 2, did the mismatch help Fury improve or merely create an appearance of progress? I think it would probably be good for his confidence, and it's probably good for him to, because by him engaging in fighting, he's engaging in positive habits and he has a reason to train. So in that sense, him engaging in a tune-up fight has a positive domino effect with regards to his training. Does Wack imitate Anthony Joshua? I would say no. But at the same time, the one thing that looked good with Tyson Fury in that fight was the 3-2. And he's always been fast with that. But he was really fast with the 3-2 in that fight. So, just trying to gain the sharpness with his old combinations is essential, because you want to have, when you fight AJ, you want to have conviction in your boxing identity, and conviction in your drills, and conviction in your combinations. So this would help and aid not only his confidence but his technical ability. Question 3: was Fury questioning Joshua's courage or strategically promoting their super fight? I think there might be this premise that AJ is psychologically weak, and it's just not true. The Prenga fight showed that. He got knocked down in the first 30 seconds, knocked down again, and then comes back in the next round and knocks him out. That is not the actions of a weak person. So clearly, I think there's two sides to this. Tyson Fury can be Machiavellian because he's a smart boxer. So he's trying to play mind games, but more importantly, he's promoting the fight, and he's creating, it's just another chapter in the Anthony Joshua Tyson Fury saga. Question 4: is Fury developing a new identity or trying to rediscover the fighter who beat Klitschko? From the Wack performance, it looks like Tyson Fury is going back to the reflex fighter. However, this can be misdirection, because he could go up against Joshua and come in heavy and try and fight in the pocket. But if you was to look at that fight as a reference, it looks like he's going back to relying on reflexes and feints. And finally, question 5. After the Wilder trilogy, the Usyk fights and years of punishment, can Fury still handle Joshua's explosiveness? I don't think Tyson Fury can answer that question. I don't think Tyson Fury's team can answer that question. I think they believe they can handle AJ's explosiveness. I think a prime Tyson Fury would be able to handle the explosiveness. But I think there's question marks with regards to the punch resistance and durability of Tyson Fury. And this is the question. Can he handle Anthony Joshua's explosiveness? Now, of course, Anthony Joshua has to get in position to be explosive. And can he do that? But if he does get in position, if he does get the opportunities, can Tyson Fury deal with that type of pressure at this stage of his career? So that's the end of the video. Now I'm trying to build a digital boxing community. And that means I'm interested in your thoughts, I'm interested in your perspectives, and I'm interested in your observations. Now, if you want to support the channel, press like, hype, and subscribe. And if you want to watch more content like this, then simply click here or click here. As always, thanks for your time. It is much appreciated.